नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityanandam. My name is Manitya Atmapriyananda Swami, initiated disciple of His Holiness Avatar Paramahamsa Nityananda Swamiji, a very rare living incarnation of this century. In this video, I would like to share my insights about what is love. Everybody in this whole world is crazy about love. Love, love, love and love. It may be infatuation, it may be fantasy, or it may be real love, or it may be true love or pure love. Psychology explains that thoughts arise in the brain and emotion arises from the heart. Irrespective of whether they arise from the brain or from the heart, the thoughts and emotions are basically inseparable. Our ancient scriptures says that thoughts create us. That means we are created by our thoughts. And so do the emotions also. So we become what our emotions are. Managing our emotion is crucial to transforming our lives. Let me explain what is love. Whenever we look at something, the first thing we do is to calculate what we can get from it. It can be a person, it can be an object, or it doesn't matter. It can be a person or an object, but that doesn't matter. Our thoughts start functioning either through fear or through greed to calculate what there is a situation, what there is in that situation for us. So our whole attention is centered either on that person or on that object. It is possible to turn our attention towards our own inner space and ask, what can I contribute? What can I add? How can I enrich others? If the process is only to ask, what can I get out of it? Then it is driven by this first question which I asked, what can I achieve from that? What can I get from that person? What can I get from that object? A basic question is this. But our questions are really, it has to be from the matured plane. What can I contribute to that person? What can I contribute to that object? Basically, all of us function from this one thought current, either on the basis of fear or greed. What am I getting from that person? What am I getting from that object? So the basic love, if the process is asked, how can I enrich it? It is driven by love. If it is asked, what am I getting from that? It is lust. So there are two different things you have to understand. One is lust and one is love. What am I getting from that person is lust. How am I enriching that person is real love. Lust is an energy that basically demands. Love is an energy that basically gives. So these two understandings is what we have to be having. So love is an intense experience in one's inner space. Many of us think that love is a choice. We think experience and expression of love is a choice. We think that if we want to, we can handle love, otherwise we can let it go. No, it's not a choice as we think. It is a basic necessity of life. When I say life, I don't mean just breathing and staying alive. I mean being alive at the innermost being level. If you can express love, it is the only way of being alive as a consciousness, a space of consciousness. If you don't experience and if you don't express love, you may inhale and exhale, but you can't say you are a live being. There are so many animals, plants and other beings. They breathe day in and out. You will continue to exist like them, and that's all. A small story. A disciple asked a master, does an enlightened master speak? He just goes and asks. The master said, no, an enlightened master never speaks. Only a person who doesn't know enlightenment speaks. Then the disciple asked, so does an enlightened master keep quiet? The master said, no, an enlightened master never keeps quiet. If he keeps quiet, then he is not enlightened. Again the disciple was puzzled. He was so confused. He asked, you say he neither speaks nor he keeps quiet, then what does he exactly do? The master replies, he sings. His being sings, and he neither speaks nor he keeps quiet. His very being sings. Love is the ultimate experience of a human being. When such an experience happens, we will not be able to possess the experience, and only the experience will possess us. That is what the master means. When the experience possesses us, whatever we do will be like a very beautiful, superb song. Any word that comes out will be poetry. Our being will be so light to be handled, and all our expressions will be of great service to humanity. All human beings are born as lovable, loving beings. How a newborn baby radiates causeless love? Does she know anyone around her birth? No, she doesn't know the doctor. She doesn't know the nurse. She doesn't know anybody around her. The love cannot be created. It is already existing in her. The energy is causeless. As we grow, the society instills a lot of fear and greediness, and we orient our love based on the greed and fear. Then it is no longer causeless love. It is based on the greed or based on the fear. And later on it becomes suffocating, a suffering. We experience only love with a cause, with a person, with an object, but with little awareness and awakening. It is possible to reclaim our original love. Let us understand, love cannot be created. Love can never be made to happen with just your logical decision. Our mental setup itself should be created in such a way that it just oozes out. It just radiates from us beyond logic. If we try to create love, it will be like forcing open the petals of a flower to make it bloom. And it cannot be called as flowering. It is forcing a flower to be bloomed. So, love is supposed to be bringing us great courage to us. A very beautiful incident happened in the life of Ramanuja. If we study the life of Ramanuja, the great saint, we will see how he used every step of his life for enlightenment. When the teacher, Ramanuja's teacher, initiated, he gave him a special chant. The teacher told him not to pass on the chant to anybody, and that if he did so, he would go to hell. Ramanuja asked him what would happen to others with whom he might share it. The teacher said that they would be led to salvation. What would we have done? Naturally, we would have kept quiet, thinking, why unnecessarily we should go to hell? Ramanuja immediately stood on a platform in a temple and called out with a huge loud in a whole village. He loudly pronounced the chant given by the teacher and told the people, let you all go to heaven. I am not bothered about me going to hell. Let you all reach heaven. When you are deeply in love, you feel if your whole being is open and you are ready to go to any extreme for the sake of anybody. You are ready to go to any boundary and your being is totally open. That is why people who are in love always go and do risky things. They take the risk what they feel and they have nothing to lose. It makes you finally available to yourself. As of now, you are not available to yourself. We are not available to ourselves. Love, the true love, can only make ourselves available to ourselves. When the teacher saw that Ramanuja did, he admitted that he learned a lesson from him. So when Ramanuja shouted aloud the chant he pronounced, he just saw the disciple and declared that Ramanuja had reached the greatest heights than him, and he told Ramanuja, you are in a different space now. Let us be open and not philosophizing about love. The problem is that we all have materialistically and practically become philosophers. A small story, there were 10 philosophers who were imprisoned in a country. they were kept together in one cell, that one jail. They decided that somehow they should escape from the jail and from the prison, and they sat and made a very big strategic plan. They got the mold of the prison door key and they made a duplicate key for the prison, the door. Finally, they chose the date of escape. The whole plan was clearly laid out, and they decided that on that particular night, 2 of them will open the prison door with the duplicate key and signal to the others. The others would escape, and those 2 would follow after locking the door behind them. The day of escape dawned, and 2 of them went to open the door. What happened? The rest of them waited for the signal. They waited, and they waited, but never got any signal. 3 hours passed, and suddenly the 2 who had gone to open the door, they came back and said, "We have to drop our plan to escape. It can't happen today. We will have to do it some other day." The others asked, "Why, what happened?" They replied, "What to do, the foolish guards forgot to lock the prison door." So, such a stupid, philosophizing mind. So, this is where we are missing in life. So, let me share more insights about love, what is true love, with you in my further videos. Thank you. You can post your comments under this video. Thank you. Nityananda.